7:38. Thanks for listening in. It's the Tuesday edition. On your morning team show, we have special guests in studio, and it involves an adventure that's going to take place next year. But before it can take place, there's work that has to be done before then. And to help us out, to find out more, we have from the Saginaw Habitat for Humanity, Cameron Brady in studio, and our adventurer, Beth Morris, is in studio. Beth, once again, we say good morning to you.
Good morning.
Better known as Biker Babe Beth. So what? 2 wheels.
Beth is a person who's done many things in her young 20 years that involves everything from climbing mountains to skydiving to kayaking to getting involved in youth groups with work in New Orleans, Ketchikan, Alaska, and now an adventure that's going to involve work helping to build affordable housing while riding a bicycle across the country. And we're not just talking a couple of days and a few miles. We're talking, Beth, how many thousands of miles?
I'm going to be riding 3,830 miles, and it's going to take me about 69 days, and I'm going to be going through 14 states and 1 province, and I'm going to be building 9 houses.
Other than that, Beth isn't going to be busy at all. This is something called Bike and Build. Now,
Yes.
How did you discover Bike and Build to get involved in what you're planning?
I actually was in a program called AmeriCorps NCCC, and one of my teammates told me about the program, and she instantly sparked my interest on it. So I was just really interested in it, and now I'm going to do it. So.
And this is something, as we've talked about affordable housing, mainly through Habitat for Humanity. You actually have a relationship with previous things that you've done with Habitat, so you're kind of aware of what they're all about.
Yes, yeah, I have worked with Habitat for Humanity for about 5 months in Louisiana, and so I had the opportunity to work with construction, building, and leading volunteers, and yeah, I had that opportunity.
Have you done a lot of biking? I know you've done marathons,
Yeah.
things like that. Have you done a lot of biking?
Biking is actually new for me. I've been trying to train for a few months now, but I'm getting used to it. I'm getting used to the seat. I'm getting used to the miles. So.
The most
They make
important
some
thing.
very comfortable seats.
Yes.
Beth is finding the most
Check 'em
important
all
thing
out.
about biking is the seat.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, Beth has a sponsor list here.
Yeah, because to engage in this activity, there are expenses that have to be met, but there's also an opportunity for fundraising done to help out groups that do affordable housing. So tell us how people get involved in that.
Yes. I initially need to raise $4,000 to do this, and all of that money will be going towards low-income housing, primarily Habitat for Humanity. And to do this, one way that people can help sponsor me or help donate is by going to bikeandbuild.org/rider/3635, or you can just go to bikeandbuild.org and find my link and help donate. One way of donating is by donating a penny per mile, and that would just be about $40, which would help me out great. And all of this money would be going towards low-income housing.
So instead of the penny a mile, I could pick a day and sponsor that day
Yes.
for $1 a mile, right?
Yeah, you could pick a day. Depending on how many miles I'm doing that day, you could donate, whether it be 65 miles a day, 38 miles a day, whatever I'm doing, donate $1 a mile. And
So Rochester, Vermont is 45 miles. That's how many miles you're going to ride that day?
Yep.
So if I put my name there, that means I bought the day.
Yes. All right, I have a sponsor.
You have a particular affinity to Rochester? You just decided that was a good sounding day?
Kind of like a nice day.
Okay.
I like Rochester. I've been there.
Now, as much as we're talking about this being a national ride, as you mentioned, the 14 states and a province, because you're going to Canada, there is a local tie-in that we have actually going on to Saginaw and Habitat for Humanity. And Cameron Brady with Saginaw's Habitat for Humanity, you can help us out with that. How did you discover Beth?
Well, after I got off the roller coaster at Kokomo's with my 250 laps in April, I said, who else can I get to do some crazy marathon stunt? And Joe Madison from the Saginaw Community Foundation, I saw him at lunch, and he said, I know this young lady that's going to be doing this incredible adventure, and you should probably talk to her. So I found her on Facebook. She responded right away, and we're trying to get her launched on her adventure.
And this is a way, though,
Launched and riding a bike. Don't use the phrase.
This is a way that people though can get involved with Beth's ride and maybe help benefit Saginaw locally. How does that going to work?
Exactly. Well, once she's on her ride, we're hoping that people would make a contribution in honor of her ride to our affiliates. So we're hopeful that people will also pledge a penny a mile, and we could have it be a fundraiser for Habitat. One of the things that we are engaged in with our ministry is advocating for affordable housing and what people can do to make a difference. And obviously, she's the best example I've seen in a while.
And you're already working locally with a business who's going to help out because Beth needs gear and other things to make sure she get on her way.
Gear. In addition to the $4,000 that she needs to raise, she needs about $650 worth of gear that they have suggested, and everything from a good saddle to good clothing to maybe a bell or something. But if they were to go down to the stable and contribute $50 or more to the Bike and Build, stable will give them 10% off their own stuff. But if they were to buy a gift certificate at the stable for Beth, she will get an additional 15% off of any gear that she purchases with that. So there's a variety of ways that they can help out. They could go to SaginawHabitat.org and find the information. And otherwise, Beth can tell them too.
You're embarking on an adventure that you are thrilled. It sounds like you're going to have a good time for a good cause.
Mm-hmm.
And your family says what?
My mom thinks I'm nuts. But
well, we're gonna talk to Beth and Cameron both. And
Well, I think you should pay for them. I just did.
and not just next summer, actually, because this is obviously something that starts now, but there's going to be some incremental ways that this is going to have to build up to before that ride takes place next summer. That I think we'll find a way to keep Beth and an update on a regular basis with our listeners, so we can follow your progress and how this is all going along.
yes, yep.
Because you'll need money throughout. I mean, you're going to need money to ride. You're going to need money to live, obviously.
I will be supported through Bike and Build for food and for shelter and housing and everything like that. So I'm really going to be okay when I'm on the ride. But yeah.
Have they explained to you what happens if weather interferes with one of these days?
I will keep biking.
Okay. Been out west, have you?
Yeah.
Weather's not an impedance. The Bike and Build has to go on, right?
Yes. The route that I'm going to be doing is one of the most crazy weather routes that I'm going to have to do.
That's why I asked.
And I should ask too, when it comes to the way that you're going to have this going on, you're going to be doing it. You said, we were talking last hour. Is it a friend of yours or somebody who knows it actually going to be along with you on this as well?
Yeah. She is from New Jersey, and she told me about the program, and we're going to do it together. So I met her through AmeriCorps and Triple C. Yep. And
with all this going on, we should mention too, Beth continues her education at Delta, right?
Yes, I'm at Delta College right now. I'm going on my second year and hopefully going to be transferring to SVSU in next fall of 2010.
That's for
I don't
nursing,
think
right?
you'll have any problem, particularly when you write the essay on community involvement. I think that you're pretty well taken care of.
All right, folks, obviously it's fun to talk about, but what Beth is going to do is an adventure, but with a great cause. And once again, for people to find out more, to get involved if you can, especially if you can sponsor just a penny a mile, which is nearly $40, that's a simple amount. We get enough people to do that, and Beth will be taken care of, and more importantly, affordable housing will be taken care of. Maybe Saginaw and the Habitat for Humanity chapter to be taken care of as well. Website once again, Beth?
www.bikeandbuild.org/riders/3635.
And Cameron Brady from Saginaw Habitat, your website for people to find out more?
SaginawHabitat.org.